What is up, guys? GFK Ethan here. Today, I'm bringing you my Igknight deck profile. Now, I apologize in advance because I don't have all the cards I need. I'm having a little trouble tracking them down. Missing one or two cards from the main deck and like three or four cards from the extra deck, but I have them marked and labeled, and it's been almost 2 or maybe even close to 3 weeks since I brought you guys a video, and I told you guys I was working on this deck, and I have it about 95% complete, but I do have it made on my Dev Pro, and it actually works really well. So let's just get into the 40 card main, 15 card side, and there's I don't know, there's a few cards in the side that I threw in there just because they are good at 2 and 3 copies, but I just couldn't find the room, so I sided them just in case. So let's just get into it with the 40 card main. So I do have two Igknight Crusaders. Crusader is your level 3. Now, all the Igknight guys are vanillas. They have no monster effect. They're all just pendulum effects. And the pendulum effect is if you have an Igknight card in your other pendulum zone, destroy both cards in your pendulum zone. And if you do, add one fire warrior type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So that works really well. You activate your scale 2 and your scale 7, destroy both, loop, get another one, then you can keep looping, keep looping, and so basically it tries to get all your Igknight cards into the grave, or into the extra deck zone quickly, so you can bring them out and go for big Xyz plays and push for game. So next I have 3 Igknight Squires. Excuse me. Now those are the level 3 Igknights, and like I said, having a little trouble. I mean, most of these guys are common except for Crusader and Igknight Templar. And Crusader's a little pricey, but he's not too bad. I try as best I can to do trades on my locals rather than buying cards, but looks like I'm just going to have to go ahead and buy some of these cards. So for your level 3s, you got your Igknight Crusader, who is a scale of 2, and your Igknight Squire, who is a scale of 7. And they all have the same effect. This guy's 0 attack, 2,000 defense, 1,600, and 300. So these guys, they just play off each other incredibly well. So there's your level 3 engine. Now for your level 4, now this obviously isn't an Igknight card, it's Royal Magical Library. Anytime a spell or trap card is activated, place 1 spell counter on this, max of 3. At any time you can remove, or once per turn you can, you can remove 1 spell counter from this card to draw 1 card, so it's multiple times. So he just helps you, activate, that's 2 counters. Then you activate him, send him to the grave, activate another one. He has 3 counters, so then you draw an extra card. So he just helps keep looping. And because I don't have the other Templar, Igknight Templar, who is the other level 4, he just helps facilitate your rank 4 Xyz plays. And then here we have Igknight Paladin, who is your other level 4 vanilla card. So really good there too. Now on to the rank 5, we have 3 Cavaliers, which she's a really cool one. She's 2,400 attack. Even if you just have to summon her out and not run it into an Xyz place, she's pretty powerful, so that helps a lot. And then the next one is Igknight Margrave. This is your rank 5 engine. Cavaliers 2, Margrave, however you say that, is level 7. This facilitates really well with the Xyz card number 61, Volcasaurus, which I don't have in the deck. I'm trying to find that one. But, excuse me, I find myself primarily going for rank 3 and rank 5 plays, and occasionally rank 6s, but those seem to be the best plays as rank 3 and rank 5. So on to some level 6 ones. We have Igknight Veteran and Igknight Gallant. And again, Veteran's level 7, Gallant is level 2. So really huge monster lineup. And as I say, I want to track down another, I do need to track down another Crusader, a level 3, which is a scale of 2. And I need to get 2 or 3 Igknight Templars, but like I said, they are just a little pricey for me right this particular moment. Now on to some spell cards. Pretty hefty spell lineup, of course. I mean, all your Ignites are essentially spell cards, so these also help facilitate with your Royal Magical Library. Most of these are singular, but we have one Raigeki, obviously. Now, this is a good card, and I have another one of these sided, and that's Pendulum Impenetrable. And it is a quick effect, so it can be chained, and this turn, cards in the Pendulum Zone cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, negate any effect. Sorry about that. Activated by your opponent that targets a card or cards in the Pendulum Zone. So, if they drop a Raigeki or an MST or something along those lines, you can chain Pendulum Impenetrable, and it will save your Ignite monsters. Which, like I said, these always help if they're in the grave anyway. But you know, if you need to keep your scale, or if you're going for a Pendulum Summon and then they chain MST, you can rechain Pendulum Impenetrable and keep your monsters out on the field. So, killer card. I had it at 2 for a while. Seemed a little bit cloggy because I don't need it all that often, so I took it down to 1. 1 copy of Rhoda, which obvious, that's pretty sad. 2 copies of Chicken Game because of the draw power. Now, yes, this will help save yourself and your opponent, which kind of is good and bad, I guess, depending on how you look at it. But also to counter the 2 Chicken Games, we have 2 Ignition Phoenixes. And now, Ignition Phoenix is the Ignite spell card or field card, and all Ignite monsters in the field gain 300 attack and defense, which is pretty nice. Once per turn, you can target 1 Ignite card you control, destroy it, and if you do, add 1 Ignite card from your deck to your hand. So that helps with the looping of the scale. Also, it helps with the looping of anything else. If you just have one on the field, you can destroy one on the field, send it to your grave, get one in, or send it to your extra deck, get one from your deck, redo your scale, bring out more. It's just a really good card. I really enjoy that card. Now we have 2 Upstart Goblins for some more draw power, obviously. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, and that's it for our spell lineup. So pretty hefty on the spell lineup, and then we have a few spell trap cards here. And the reason for the few trap cards is because you want to push for a game. All these guys are vanillas, so I try to lock my opponent down with these trap cards, and then use my MST and get rid of my own trap cards. So we have the 1 Soul Drain, pay 1,000 and then activate, pay 1,000 life points, and then affect monsters can't be activated. So your guys are all vanillas, so that helps a lot. Now, kind of a new card is the First Aid Squad. First Aid Squad is a pretty awesome card. Target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. When a normal monster is destroyed by battle, you can special summon this card from your graveyard in defense position as a normal monster. Warrior type, Earth, level 3, attack 1,300, defense 400. Whatever. This card is not treated as a trap card when it's in the monster zone. You can only use the effect of First Aid Squadron once per turn. If summoned this way, banish this card when it leaves the field. So this will just help get another monster out and maybe even facilitate another rank 3 play. So pretty awesome there. 1 Vanities, 1 Tyrant's Triad. Let's see, tribute 2 monsters, effects of effects monsters that activate in the hand or on the field cannot be activated. So that again just further locks your opponent down. 1 Fiendish Chain, 1 Tyrant's Tantrum, which activate by tributing 2 monsters. Your opponent cannot activate a spell unless they send 1 spell card from the deck to the grave. So just going to help weed out your opponent's spell cards. Pretty nice. And then 1 Divine Wrath, which when a monster effect is activated, target destroy 1 card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. So Divine Wrath works pretty well because, if you destroy one of your Ignites, it's not going to the grave, it's just going to the extra deck zone, which is pretty handy. So, on to the extra deck. Lots of rank 3s. We have Ghostrick Alucard, number 20, Giga Brilliant. Now here's one of the cards that I don't have that is marked Ed. This is Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Lion Emperor. And it's your level 3 Xyz. And I don't remember the attack and defense off the top of my head, but you can detach one material and then target one fire-type monster in your grave and add it to hand. All your Ignites are fire-type monsters, so this works incredibly well. Help push for game, number 30, Acid Golem. Number 58, Burner Visor, because he's pretty handy. You can equip him, and he's a rank 4. Obviously, you can equip him to another Xyz, and that one can attack over. And Burner Visor is kind of a really underrated card in my opinion. I mean, he's not very strong, but he's a solid card. Tons of warriors in the deck, so of course we have number 86, Heroic Champion. Really awesome. It's not the best yet because you only have 3 warrior type level 4s. That's why I need to get more Ignites, or the Templars, but he is there because you can make him. Number 82, Heartland Draco. Pretty solid little card, kind of underrated in my opinion too, but it can attack your opponent directly, but your other cards can't attack. Heroic Champion Excalibur. 2 copies of Downward Magician to overlay, and 1 copy of Silent Honor Arc. Now we got here's the number 61 Volcasaurus, which again I don't have, but this card, when you detach one, you can target one of your opponent's face-up monsters, destroy that card, and then your opponent takes the damage equal to that card's attack. So really solid card, but it can't attack and you activate that effect. So solid card there. And then that's a level 5, which you make all the time, or I make all the time on Dev Pro. Level 6 is is Hazy Flame Ballatrice. Forgive me, I can't remember her effects off the top, but it's kind of like this crazy looking fire chicken, but it's a solid card. Then we have number 39, Utopia Beyond. Solid card. When you special summon, your opponent's special summon monster's attack becomes 0 the turn that he is summoned. So essentially, if your opponent has special summon monsters, he's a 3,000 point direct attack beat stick, which is killer. And then another one that I don't have is Gaia Dragon Champion Thundercharger or some damn thing. It's the level 7 or rank 7 Gaia Xyz. He's 26, 21 attack, and essentially he does piercing battle damage. But he's a super solid card, and a lot of time, and he works kind of like Downard. You can just re-overlay on top of a level 6, and he helps push for game. And then here's some of the cards that I couldn't find room for, so I sided them. Like I said, another Pendulum Impenetrable, Pendulum Rising, which you send one monster from your you control from the graveyard, special summon from your main deck, 1 Pendulum monster with the same level as the monster sent, but destroy it during the end phase. So if you're going to go for a big rank 4 play, maybe you had Royal Magical Library on the field, you can activate Pendulum Rising, send Royal Magical Library to the grave to special summon another level 4, then go into a rank 4 play, because that would cancel out the, going to the graveyard at the end phase. So that's why that's in the spell, or in the extra deck, because it's kind of whatever. Then we have 1 Light Imprisoning Mirror for a lot of Cosmo cards are light, so threw that in there. And then 1 Bottomless, because a deck pretty much needs a bottomless trap hole, but I just couldn't find room in the main for it just right now. So anyway, that is my Igknight deck profile. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, I'm going to redo this video as soon as I get my other cards. It looks like I'm gonna have to buy them, but as soon as I get my other cards, I'm going to redo this video, and maybe later today I'll do a little Dev Pro and get some videos of that, so I can show you guys how this deck actually works. But it's actually really awesome, because it just fires so fast and pushes for game really well. So anyway, as always, thanks for watching, guys, and please like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. So GFK Ethan, I'm out.